Good morning, I'd like to welcome you all to what is actually, you picking me up okay? You hear me? Yeah, cool. I'd like to welcome you all to what is the 4th annual Service User Conference. And the turnout is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for making the effort to come along. I really do hope that you enjoy the day. If not all of the day, at least part of the day. That would be really good. And when you go away from here, please spread the word of the good fun and the good food that you'll get later on as well. Today is St Andrew's Day.
Yeah, happy St Andrew's Day.
So happy St Andrew's Day, everybody. St Andrew, as you know, is the patron saint of Scotland. So this is very much a day to celebrate Scotland and Scottishness and all the wonderful things that go with it. So
Tatton.
that's the Tatton, yes. And that's going to be reflected through the day in some of the things that we do and in some of the food that you get to eat later on. But I noticed there's plenty of shorty over there, so that's always a good start. But I was going to talk about Scottishness and about some of the positive things about being Scottish and about living in Scotland. But today it came across my desk something that I didn't realise. Did you know that on the 13th of November it was National Be Kind Day? Did anybody know that? Did you know that?
I was at that party that day, so no.
Oh, well, you didn't know it then. Right. So, that's just what I was coming to say. So well done. And I watched a wee video, and the wee video was telling me about the scientific facts behind the random acts of kindness. And what it said was that if you do one act of kindness a day, just one, not only does that actually make you feel better, because it releases special chemicals in your brain that makes you feel better, but also by that random act of kindness, the person who received that kindness also feels better. So, and they're also more inclined to then be kind to someone else during the day. And if everybody just did one random piece of kindness every day, then the world would be a much happier place to live in. So, rather than talk about the wonderful things about living in Scotland and about being Scottish, what I want to do is I'd like to challenge everybody in this room. Not necessarily today, but sometime tomorrow or over the weekend, just to do one random act of kindness. That doesn't have to be a big thing.
So that I can make coffee.
Chance, aren't you? It doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be holding the door open for somebody. It could be smiling at somebody. It could be saying hello when you're walking down the street. I'll leave you with that thought. Okay, have a wonderful day. I'll be back to see you in a wee while because we're going to do some work, which is one of the purposes of bringing you all together. But before I do that, Amanda is going to explain to everybody why it's important that we get you together and we ask your opinion and your views. Are you ready, Amanda?
I am.
Yay! Right, step forward. Thank you.
Like the taste that, I enjoyed the feeling. It didn't take long for me to move on to spirits, as it was a much quicker way for me to get the effect I was looking for. Before this, I was lonely and depressed. I'd been put back a year at school and had trouble fitting in. My parents were alcoholics. My dad thought all he needed to do for his family was bring home a wage. My mum was a functioning alcoholic. She ran the house, paid the bills and looked after me and my wee brother and sister. Alcohol gave me confidence, made me happy, and I felt like it was fitting in. I became the class clown, downing the vodka as quick as possible, and everybody encouraging me. I also discovered glue at that time, but the booze made me feel like a rebel. Education was a nightmare, but the booze took away the bad feelings. It also helped with my feelings of resentment and hatred towards my father. We had no father-son relationship, never took an interest in me, played football or anything, or took us anywhere. I also felt like my mum hated me. I felt like the black sheep of the family. I wanted out. I met a girl who became my girlfriend in second year, and we ended up engaged at 16. We married at 19 and had 3 children by the time I was 21. I thought I could make all this work in my family, but I realised I didn't learn about being a good parent from my parents. I got a job in the butchers, but my drinking escalated. I had all the responsibilities, but not the skills to be a good husband or parent. The responsibility freaked me out, and so the marriage ended when I had an affair and just left my family. When I knew the relationship lasted, but within hindsight, we were codependent drinkers. In my 30s, I was single again. Clueless about single life, my drinking therefore escalated again. I got in trouble with the police, getting charged with breach of the peace. In 2000, I realised I needed help. I went to the doctor. He referred me to the Tayside Alcohol Problem Service. They sent me on a 21-day residential programme to Sunnyside Hospital, 7-day detox and 14 days of education. I got out and lasted 3 weeks before I lapsed. This felt like the end of the world. But the taps what they said I could go back again. I was more determined the second time and took part in the sessions and paid more attention. I also realised I needed more help when I got out, so I joined Alcoholics Anonymous. I quickly identified with the folk were saying at the meeting and joined up. But the day before I left hospital, I was very anxious and fearful and experienced what I know was a panic attack. I collapsed and fainted. I realised how scared I was about leaving hospital. I bumped into my partner who was still drinking, and I fell back into my old ways. For example, people pleasing. We both stopped drinking, and she persuaded me that I didn't need Alcoholics Anonymous anymore. However, we were dry drunks. We stayed together for years, still not drinking, but with no other support. We also had no buzz in life, so we started smoking hash. I discovered that if I bought enough to sort out some of my friends, it paid for mine. We also started using ease and speed. So for 12 to 18 months I was smoking hash every night and using it to get to sleep. Ecstasy and speed were more available as we were now moving in those circles. Speed was the one thing I liked the most, and just with a hash, I started to buy bigger quantities, so I had some to sell and mine was free. But this use built up weekends became long weekends. I ended up taking up competitive bodybuilding. The amphetamine use went hand in hand with the diet for bodybuilding. However, I was just kidding myself. There's always a way to justify the use of drugs. I was using speed to better myself. I was dealing to fund my habit. By this time it was a very big habit. Me and my partner were getting through about 4 ounces, that's over 100 grams in a week. I would start the day with a teaspoonful of speed in my coffee. It tasted disgusting, but I knew I needed it, or I get withdrawals such as sweating heavily and bad anxiety. The mental withdrawals were really bad, much worse than the physical. I was also buying kilos at a time now and cutting it with stuff like glucose to sell. I practically lived in my bedroom for 9 months. Then again, I chose the substance over my girlfriend. She said it's me or the speed, and I chose the speed. I went to the doctors and I was feeling really low. When he asked me about my depression, I said I hoped to be diagnosed with a terminal illness, so I didn't have long to live. I did have a couple of attempts at suicide, but not serious. I cut my wrists, went to hospital, I also took some pills, but knowing somebody would find me. I had tried detox, rehab, AA, psychiatric hospital after my suicide attempts, and rehab again, but nothing had worked. I thought I'd run out of options, but maybe prison was the answer. Like the last time I was on my own and started to get into trouble again. First assault, then assault to severe injury, and then finally attempted murder. I got 6.5 years. For the first 2.5 years I just went through the process getting used to prison life, but I had to put myself in for a reason. So I took advantage of the stuff advertised in the prison, things like yoga, smart recovery and the recovery cafes. Part of my release conditions was to take part in group work called substance-related offending behaviour. I began to identify the reasons for certain behaviours of mine. For example, the resentment of my parents. Gradually I started to see the bigger picture. I was only able to do that because I was in recovery. My addictive personality was not always a bad thing. For example, the bodybuilding. I wrapped myself up in recovery. I was then placed in an open prison where I took advantage of other recovery opportunities such as art, drama and creative writing. I was asked to become a naloxone trainer. I trained new prisoners how to use naloxone to save the life of someone who was overdosing on heroin or opiates. If I could train those guys, some of them long-term prisoners, I could train anyone. I almost felt part of the staff. I continued to work towards my release by getting work placements in the community. I also began to co-facilitate the SMART groups, and the staff saw how much it helped having a con on the team. I still sometimes felt apprehensive, but nothing like in the past. When I got out of Castle Huntly, I was on my own, left to my own devices. It would have been easy to talk myself into celebrating or commiserating, making excuses to go and drink. Instead, after 5 weeks on my own, I made the effort to get support. I went to a place called Jericho House. I was lucky to get in and be able to carry out my plan. I used the 6 months in Jericho to polish up the release plan I had made in the substance-related offending behaviour group. Doing this group course helped me understand that being left to my own devices is dangerous. These courses really do help. I'm now a volunteer and using what I've learned to help others. I volunteer with Care Scotland, the Scottish Doves Programme and NHS Integrated Substance Misuse Service. And that's my story. So I'd just like to say, if you're coming on board with Positive Steps, I've been with them for 10 months now, and I've never felt the way I feel now. I'm starting to get more confident and starting to get less anxious. Even doing this today is a big thing. I've only ever done it once before, and I just hope that some people got some identification what I just said there. And I want to remind you, it's great that everybody's here today, that we're here coffee morning next Tuesday in the Empire. So it'd be great if I turned up there because they wouldn't be able to fill the place. It'd be great to see everybody. So 10 o'clock Tuesday, coffee shop Empire.
Half
Okay?
past 10.
Right? Half 10.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's me, thanks very much. Cheers.
And Andrew, you didn't stay in the middle. You stay in the middle. You go. You stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Somebody give one.
She's going to hear heart attack.
No, you better on the matter. Oh, yeah. Ooh, Amy, you've done this before. Slowly, Jerry.
I'd like to say very thanks to all the staff and Leslie especially. We are cooking, very good cook by the way, and she's made this day very nice. And all the staff, and I've had a great day and a knackered dance. Thank you for everything.